This is the OTB Network.
Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Horses and Courses. I'm Jean Wood. We've just finished another great weekend of racing. Terrific day at Fairgrounds on Saturday where they ran a bunch of stakes races. We'll get to those a little bit later. We'll start things out at Gulfstream Park in South Florida with a pair of stakes over the weekend going back to last Saturday in the Fort Lauderdale on the turf.
They're racing in the Fort Lauderdale. AP Magic had a good start. Musib on the inside is away well. These two out to set the pace. Kiss the Kid came out running in third. Then Fairweather Stand picked 6 and Buffalo Man tucked in on the inside. After that comes Society's Chairman, who's mid-pack early and 4 lengths off the lead. And then Buddy's Humor, who's been reined back off the pace and outside of horses. Mambo Meister's down on the inside. In cramped quarters there. And right behind them is Cherokee Triangle. And Wesley will sit in the back early, racing about 10 lengths off the lead after a 23-4 opening quarter. AP Magic by a half length. Musib on the inside second. Kiss the Kid well held third and just outside the leaders. Buffalo Man has been saving ground throughout here, and he's down on the inside, 3 lengths off the lead. Then Society's Chairman on the outside, picked 6 in between horses. Fairweather Stand is next, and then Mambo Meister on the inside was only 5 lengths off the lead. Buddy's Humor is 2 behind them, and then comes Cherokee Triangle and Wesley in the back. 48 1/2 mile into the far turn. AP Magic a half length in front. Society's Chairman alongside second. Musib rides the rail third. Then it's Kiss the Kid, pick 6 to the outside. Buffalo Man's being ridden along. He's got work to do. Mambo Meister comes wide, and then Buddy's Humor. They're into the stretch. AP Magic still a long shot leader. Alongside is Society's Chairman. These two to the final furlong. Kiss the Kid coming to take them on now on the outside. Wesley is gaining ground in the center of the track. Musib got boxed in. Here comes Kiss the Kid to win it. Kiss the Kid over Society's Chairman in the Fort Lauderdale, and it's close for third.
Kiss the Kid, most recently seen winning the Cliffhanger back in early October at the Meadowlands here, sits almost exactly the same trip in the early going, just off the early pace set by AP Magic. Elvis Trujillo was able to guide him out 3 wide to get there by a neck over Society's Chairman, who also made a very big bid. He from off the pace, in fact, got to the lead briefly in mid-stretch. AP Magic at 32-1 sticks around for the third spot. The winner, Kiss the Kid, is a dark bay or brown son of Lemon Drop Kid from Black Tie Kiss by Danzig. Bred in Kentucky by the JFB stable, owned by Amy Tarrant and trained by the owner, ridden to victory by Elvis Trujillo. Kiss the Kid covers the mile and a 16th in 140.59. We'll head back onto the Gulfstream Turf Course for Sunday Stakes features, fillies and mares in the Marshawas River.
Racing in the Marshawas River. And off to an even start is Beau Dare goes out to lead them early. It's Beau Dare to the front. Remarkable Remy is away second to the outside, and Jeu de Danse settles into third. Then Wacoit's Love fourth along the rail. Ginger Brew is fifth early, and she's 4.5 lengths off the lead as they make their way toward the first turn. And on the far outside there is Mushka, and Mushka going a little bit wide, 4 deep into that first turn. The leader, though, is Beau Dare, and Beau Dare has it by a length. Remarkable Remy second. Mushka to the outside, third Wacoit's Love, fourth along the inside. Then it's Jeu de Danse and Ginger Brew. Right in behind them, Sea Chanter, Ballymore Lady to the inside, and then Street Sounds. Break of 4 lengths back to Sousaphone, who's being followed by Cozy Capital and Alpha Charmer. A half mile went in 47-2 as they continue up the backstretch. And it's Beau Dare and Cornelio Velasquez making the pace. Remarkable Remy on the outside second. Mushka follows in third. Wacoit's Love fourth down on the inside. Then Jeu de Danse. Ginger Brew is outside of horses and beginning to edge up as they go into the turn. Ginger Brew is third, and she's making the move now. Outside of the new leader, Remarkable Remy. It's Remarkable Remy and Ginger Brew's going easily as she takes the lead at the top of the stretch. Sea Chanter is coming on. Then it's Mushka. Right behind them, Jeu de Danse and Wacoit's Love on the inside. Now Wacoit's Love up the rail. Takes over and draws away from Ginger Brew. Sea Chanter on the far outside. It's Wacoit's Love in front, close to home. Wacoit's Love on the inside. Then came Sea Chanter, Ginger Brew, and Ballymore Lady.
Wacoit's Love, you may remember her from a very busy campaign all around the East Coast last year, starting out with a victory almost a year ago. I believe it was the 10th of January in 2007. That was her most recent victory, but she had had a steady diet of stakes-type fillies, graded stakes fillies, throughout most of 2007. Here, most recently in Florida, in the My Charmer, and here turns the tables to win by a neck at 8.5 to 1 over Sea Chanter, a long shot with the favorite Ginger Brew, moving back onto the turf to finish third. The winner, Wacoit's Love, is a grayer roan daughter of Not for Love from Wacoit's Tune by Wacoit, bred in Maryland by DJ Federico and owned by the breeder, trained by Tim Hills and ridden to victory by Renee Douglas. Wacoit's Love covers the mile in a 16th and 141.18. We'll stay in Florida and head to Tampa now, and their stakes feature on Saturday afternoon at Tampa Bay Downs, the Pelican for sprinters.
And they're off. All away and running in a perfect line. Bernie Blue is down along the inner rail, up between horses Ruby's Red Sox. Now going to the early lead, Blind River Fox up with the top flight, and the last horse away is Duke's Flying Tiger. Up the backstretch. Down along the inner rail, it's Bernie Blue in front. Ruby's Red Sox right alongside to challenge second. Blind River Fox stocks the top pair, now racing along third. The favorite, Bold Start from between horses fourth. Well, Legal Move is circling horses and on the move to the outside fifth, as well as On the Vineyard is now on the move as they're midway in the turn. There goes Ruby's Red Sox, carrying the colors of Richard Averill, scooting clear now by 2.5. Blind River Fox, the veteran campaigner, is set down for the drive from between horses now to be second. Bernie Blue is there toward the rail, racing along third as they turn into the stretch. That's Ruby's Red Sox with the lead. Up on the outside is Blind River Fox, charging now to challenge. 2 lengths farther back, way out on the outside is Bold Start. Inside the final furlong, Ruby's Red Sox, Blind River Fox on the outside, and Willie Martinez in deep stretch. Blind River Fox on the outside. Ruby's Red Sox, give it to Blind River Fox by the narrowest of noses in 110 flat. Gerald Bennett and Willie Martinez connect.
Blind River Fox scoring the victory by a game neck over Ruby's Red Sox. It was a length and 3/4 back to Duke's Flying Tiger, who rallied into the third spot. The winner, Blind River Fox, a big horse for course at Tampa. This was his 7th victory over this racetrack, was claimed for $50,000, which is a pretty lofty claim for a horse in the Tampa circuit, but he ended up coming back to win a money allowance last time out, and now stakes credentials with a $37,000 winner's share of the Pelican purse. Blind River Fox is a dark bay or brown gelded son of Fox Trail from Carolina Ruckus by Bold Ruckus. Bred in Florida by Adena Springs and owned by Winning Stables Incorporated and Don Louderback, trained by Gerald Bennett and ridden to victory by Willie Martinez, Blind River Fox covers the 6 in 110.09. We'll stick with sprinters, head to fillies and mares, this time at Laurel on Saturday afternoon in the What a Summer.
They're on their way in the What a Summer Stakes, and over the lead is She's Golden. Up inside at speed of Now It Begins is flashing forward, and here comes Access Fee right there, and Golden Thief, fourth out of the fence. A length and a half, Hong Kong Tour All Giving. Outside lane is about mid-flight, a length and a half, and it's Shine On Me. Andrea's Pick is second to last, and the late running Vickers Vixen in the back of the pack at about 13 lengths off of Access Fee, who blazes the way past the half-mile pole, a length and a quarter in front. Now It Begins, She's Golden. Long shot Golden Thief on the inside, All Giving. Hong Kong Tour is now passed by outside lane, is at the fence, and back to Shine On Me, third to last position. Vickers Vixen trying to work forward from the back of the pack. Racing on the inside is Vickers Vixen, and Andrea's Pick is the trailer. They're approaching the quarter pole, and it's been Access Fee throughout, and she's sharp on the pace. Access Fee hand-ridden as they turn for home by 5. She's Golden in the second spot, and All Giving out in the middle of the track. Back to Now It Begins, and in between horses is outside lane. The others have plenty to do to catch Access Fee through the final furlongs. Let loose for Oliver Run by Jose Caraballo and Access Fee. Access Fee is 16th of a mile left to go. She's just hand-ridden Access Fee in the What a Summer Stakes, sparkling in victory by 5. All Giving was second, and Now It Begins, and Vickers Vixen.
Access Fee scoring the victory by 4 3/4 lengths over a fast racetrack, over All Giving, with Now It Begins pressing the pace in the early going and fading to third. Heavy favorite Access Fee is a dark bay or brown filly, a daughter of Menifee from Denied Access by Crypto Clearance. Bred in Maryland by Sandra Bender and Howard M. Bender, owned by Sandra Bender and trained by Lawrence Murray, and ridden to victory by Jose Caraballo. Access Fee covers the 6 furlongs in 110.31. We'll head to Kentucky now. Saturday afternoon stakes feature at Turfway Park, the Wishing Well.
And they're off. Ola's Place broke sharply for the lead from the inside. Moving up from between horses, Miss A-Bomb, followed by Altered State. Then from the outside, Mrs. Petoskey. Also up on the outside, that's Proud Heiress. Down the back stretch, and Pola's Place is in front. Pola's Place draws away to a 6-length lead. From the outside, Miss A-Bomb second ahead. Conjurus on the rail, third a length. Mrs. Petoskey takes fourth. Solar Anna is now fifth. Then up from the inside, Bellicose runs a sixth. As they move into the turn, the quarter went in 22 seconds flat, and Pola's Place has a 6-length lead as they move into the stretch. From the outside, Mrs. Petoskey is second ahead. Miss A-Bomb runs third. Center of the track, Proud Heiress is now gaining ground, also gaining ground of Fleet Angel. It's Proud Heiress who now gets the lead. Then Miss A-Bomb, Proud Heiress, upsets the field, wins by 2 over Miss A-Bomb, Fleet Angel, and Solar Anna.
Proud Heiress and Miss A-Bomb connecting for an $1,164 exacta. Both horses with good performance records showing over synthetics. Proud Heiress had disappointed in the Weekend Delight here last fall, but had won twice at Presque Isle Downs on the synthetic surface there. Miss A-Bomb had done some good racing over the Turfway Park surface, but her recent form had tailed off a little bit. Favorite of Fleet Angel completes the order of the top 3 with a big circling wide move. She could do no better than third after rallying from 12th in a full field. The winner, Proud Heiress, a chestnut mare, a daughter of Broken Vow from Raisa Carter by Dr. Carter, was bred in Kentucky by the Respite Farm and is owned by Michael Cavey. Trained by Wayne Mogi and ridden to victory by Julio Felix. Proud Heiress at 67.80 on top, scores the 6 furlongs in 111.65. We'll pause now for a brief message, and when we return, we'll be heading to the fairgrounds for a busy Saturday afternoon stakes program. Please stay with us. Welcome back to Horses and Courses. We'll continue now at the fairgrounds. 6 stakes on Saturday, beginning with the F.W. Gogdan Memorial for older sprinters.
And they're off in the F.W. Gogdan Memorial. And Lanzera breaks first. Lanzera out to lead. Devereaux at the rail is Grand Traverse, Murata Key. Ramo D splits horses. And out wide, Mutada trails. 5 lengths from leader to last. And in front, it is Lanzera. Lanzera in front as they head to the half-mile pole. And there's Ramo D, who grabs second from Devereaux. Grand Traverse with the rails. Mutada now up 1 spot. And Murata Key has been relegated to 6th. The opening quarter for Lanzera, 22 2/5 seconds. Jesus Castanon and Lanzera, the pilot, 3 furlongs from the winning line. Lanzero by a length and a half or so from Ramo D and Grand Traverse at the rail. Devereaux trying to stay this pace. Julien Leperoux and Mutada taking a wider track toward the quarter pole and off the rails. Murata Key is last to make the top of the stretch. Half mile in 46 and 1. Down to this final furlong and a half. Grand Traverse sent through by Jamie Theriault, and Grand Traverse strikes the top in the furlong grounds. On the outside is Mutada. In between horses, Lanzero now under pressure. Then Devereaux. Ramo D is last. Up toward the wire. Here's Mutada. Mutada for Julien Leperoux. Mutada in the FW Godin Memorial. Grand Traverse second, Lanzero third, and Devereaux finished fourth.
Mutada scoring the victory, his first stakes win. He was coming in off of a solid second in a non-winners of 3, going 5.5 on the grass last time out. Prior to that, won the non-winners of 2 condition at Churchill Downs. Here heads into Stakes Company and rallies with a very nice bid. It was a big horse. He's a big, lengthy looking type of horse, and once he unwound a little bit on the turn and it was able to head for home and stretch those legs, he romped by a length and a quarter over Grand Traverse, with Lanzero, the pace setter, holding on well to finish third. The winner, Mutada, is a bay son of Mutakdim from Carita Tostada by Galansky, bred in Kentucky by Andrina Van Doren and owned by the breeder, trained by Tom Amos and ridden to victory by Julien Leperoux. Mutada covers the 6 in 109.87. Next up, we'll head on to the turf course at the fairgrounds. The course labeled good on Saturday afternoon for the Colonel E.R. Bradley.
They're off racing the Colonel E.R. Bradley handicap, and Wise River breaks well. Here's Acting Zippy shifting over toward those rails. Acting Zippy getting out to the front now from Wise River with 1 circuit to this Gentilly grass course to go. Miguel Mena and Acting Zippy, a long odds leader from Wise River who tracks that under Julien Leperoux. French Beret next in third. Classic Campaign Golden Yank to the first turn. The 21-time winner Red Rocks Creek from Palm Shoes and comes in Bost, and Windward Islands has dropped back to last. So around the first turn they go. Acting Zippy, a 5-length leader from Wise River, second by 6. French Beret being rated kindly from third. 3 more lengths back to Golden Yank, who just changed Classic Campaign. Prom Shoes, Red Rock Creek, and Bost, and Windward Islands still last of the 9. The first quarter was robust, 22 and 4. Acting Zippy taking them right along to the half-mile pole. Wise River second, and shadowing Acting Zippy's every move through a half mile in 47 and 1. Those leaders making a break for it now from French Beret and Golden Yank. Classic Campaign is 5th as they go to the far side of the course. Prom Shoes, Red Rock Creek, and Bost is last but 1, and driven in last, Windward Islands around the far turn. Can Acting Zippy stay the course? Acting Zippy, here's Wise River, up now to Acting Zippy. They've turned the corner, and the Colonel E.R. Bradley and Wise River has gone up to the front. French Beret between horses. Golden Yank is now being produced. Acting Zippy has dropped right away, then Prom Shoes, Classic Campaign, and Red Rock Creek. In the final furlong, Golden Yank. In between horses, French Beret, Wise River. These 3 headlong now into the final half furlong. Golden Yank, French Beret, and they're pitching away. Wise River, a dramatic finish to the Colonel Bradley. French Beret and Golden Yank on the bob. It's a close call. Wise River third. Classic Campaign finished 4th.
French Beret, he was a good second last time seen here on this surface in the Muniz towards the end of the fairgrounds meet in 08 rather. He did have a pretty steady diet of major graded stakes company with modest success over the course of the season last year. However, dropped down his last couple of performances to a little bit lesser company. He has seen a bit of improvement, and here scores by a game nose over Golden Yank with Wise River back in third. The winner, French Beret, is a bay gelding, a son of Broad Brush from Misty Mission by Miswaukee, bred in Ontario by the Samson Farm and owned by the breeder. Trained by Mark Frostad and ridden to victory by James Graham. French Beret covers the mile in a 16th in 144.98. Next up, older horses at a mile and a 16th in the Louisiana Handicap.
And they're off in the Louisiana Handicap. Level start. Honest Man breaks well. 10 toward the inside. Secret Getaway joins the front ranks. Here's Silver Lord. Here's Good and Lucky. And Corgal Cat is forwardly placed as they make their way into the first turn. Silver Lord going head-to-head with Honest Man. Honest Man just the leader from Silver Lord. Good and Lucky is well spotted third. Corgal Cat and Secret Getaway next in 5th, but with tactical pace. 2 more lengths back then to 10. Stones River, Unbridled Vicar. 7 more lengths back to the Millionaire Real Dandy. And Jazz in the Park has dropped back to 10th. The first quarter, 22 and 4. Terry Thompson and Honest Man. Honest Man dictates terms to Silver Lord. 5 furlongs to go in the Louisiana Handicap. Good and Lucky is third. Secret Getaway and James Graham fourth. On the outside, Corgal Cat, 10, being rated 6 lengths off of Honest Man, who runs a half mile in 46 and 3. Stones River, Unbridled Vicar is wide past the half-mile pole. Still a big spread back there to Real Dandy, and Jazz in the Park will have to win from out of last. Honest Man has made every yard so far. 3 furlongs to go. Honest Man by a length to Good and Lucky. Corgal Cat, Silver Lord. 10 is next in 5th at the 5/16. Stones River is wide. Then comes on the far outside Unbridled Vicar. Between horses, Secret Getaway, Real Dandy, and Jazz in the Park is last to make the top of the fairground stretch. 3/4, 1:11 and 3, under a quarter to run. Good and Lucky, roused to the lead by Patrick Valenzuela. On the outside is Corgal Cat shifting in. Honest Man toward the rail, final furlong. 10, Secret Getaway, Stones River on the front outside. A 16th to go. Good and Lucky inching away from Honest Man. In between horses, Secret Getaway stays on. Good and Lucky to win the Louisiana Handicap in 1:43 and 2. Holding Secret Getaway. Honest Man finished third.
Good and Lucky scoring the victory. Was second last time out in the Tenacious here at the end of November to Secret Getaway, and he was able to turn the tables on that rival. In fact, interesting looking at the odds here. Honest Man coming in here in strong form was the favorite. But Secret Getaway, who had won the Tenacious, was 3-1. Good and Lucky, who ran a solid second that day, was 9-1. So he looked like a fairly strong overlay in here, especially with Pat Valenzuela riding him back, and he scores by a length over his rival. Honest Man holds on for third. Good and Lucky is a dark bay or brown gelded son of Wild Rush from Shannon's Innocent by Accused, bred in Florida by Louis Rogers and owned by James and Alice Sapara. Trained by Josie Carroll and ridden to victory by Pat Valenzuela, Good and Lucky covers the mile in the 16th and 1:43.46. Next up, we will head back onto the turf course in the Dr. A.B. Leggio Memorial.
Away and running in the Dr. A.B. Leggio Memorial. Good start for Lady Chase. There's Purely Class ridden out to the front. Kalukan Dancer breaks sharp 2. The Wildcat outrunning in 4th. The Orange Cap of Game and Laughing in 5th. Classify a settled 6th. 6 to 7 lengths off these leaders heading to the half-mile pole. Shilla comes up the near side from Apple Martini. Lethal Quality takes her wider path going into the far turn. She's Indy Money has dropped back to last. They covered the opening couple of furlongs in 22 and 2 on firm ground. Kalukan Dancer has locked horns with Purely Class. Lady Chase just off them third. Here's Classify. Classify has run, closing in from 4th. The Wildcat is a wide 5th. Game and Laughing is 6th as they straighten past the quarter pole. Kalukan Dancer at the rail. Purely Class between horses. Lady Chase and Classify now being produced, so they're deep in the final furlong and a half. Between horses, Lady Chase just the leader. Here's Classify's run. Kalukan Dancer toward the rail. Apple Martini comes up the fence too. Past the 16th pole, it's Classify. Classify, Sean Bridgman for Steve Asmussen. Classify wins going away from Lady Chase. Apple Martini third. Kalukan Dancer, she's into money.
Classify scoring the victory. She had tailed off a little bit, given a little bit of a freshening since the early November turf sprint in which she finished third. Comes back for the powerful Steve Asmussen barn to run by most of them from 6th into 1st, 2 3/4 lengths under Sean Bridgman over Lady Chase, with Apple Martini making a big bid to complete the top 3. The winner Classify is a gray or roan mare, a daughter of Unbridled Song from Classic Olympio by Olympio. Bred in Kentucky by Winchell Thoroughbreds and Mike Smith, owned by Winchell Thoroughbreds Limited and trained by Steve Asmussen. Ridden to victory by Sean Bridgman, Classify covers the 5.5 in 104.67. Next up, 3-year-old fillies in the Tiffany Lass.
And they're off in the Tiffany Lass. Here's Selva, Just Genda, She's Extreme, Rocket Reese, and 4 Gifts. The quintet of 3-year-old fillies as they run to this first furlong. Rocket Reese sent through by Jesse Campbell to engage Selva early on. Rocket Reese just the leader from Selva. She's Extreme out there in the 4 path now to grab that 3rd spot. She's Extreme tugging up toward these leaders. 4 Gifts is covered up in behind horses, and Genda is racing outside of 4 Gifts. It is a compact field through an opening quarter in 23 and 3. Straightening up this backstretch run, 5 furlongs in the first line. Selva by a half length. On the outside is She's Extreme. 4 Gifts, Just Genda, and at the rail, Rocket Reese has dropped back to last. Heading to the half-mile pole. Selva by a half length to She's Extreme. 4 furlongs in 47 and 2. 4 gifts between horses. Rocket Reese is ground saving, and 3 to 4 wide to the turn. Just Genda as they go into the far turn. Selva continues to hold on to a slim lead from She's Extreme. Just Genda now poised to challenge. 4 gifts and Rocket Reese being driven in last. So these fillies now come into the final quarter of a mile. Just Genda sweeping outside of Selva. Under pressure, She's Extreme. 4 gifts pulled to the stand side, and Rocket Reese is last as they straighten. 3/4, 1:12 and 4. This is the final furlong in the Tiffany Lass. Just Genda up to take the lead from Selva, who fights on toward the rail. Just Genda, Selva not surrendering lightly. 4 gifts is third, but 1 paced. Just Genda. Terry Thompson for Larry Jones in the Tiffany Lass. Selva second, 4 gifts third. She's Extreme and Rocket Reese was last.
Just Genda, very nice effort by this filly to rebound. She had won her first 2 races, including a maiden, followed up by a stakes race at Philadelphia. She disappointed last time out when taking a lot of betting action in the Delta Princess down in Delta Downs in Louisiana. Here appears in the Tiffany Lass, first time Lasix, and scores by a length and 3/4 with a solid move. And she was wide throughout most of the going here. Selva, who was previously undefeated going short, stretches out and I thought ran very creditably to run second. In fact, refused to give up until very deep in the stretch. 4 gifts completes the order of the top 3. The winner, Just Genda, is a 3-year-old filly, a 3-year-old daughter of Menifee from Liberty School by Pine Bluff, bred in Kentucky by Lavin Bloodstock, owned by Cindy Jones, trained by Larry Jones, and ridden to victory by Terry Thompson. Just Genda covers the 1 mile in 138.15. Next up, 3-year-old colts in the Grade 3 LeCompte.
And they're off in the LeCompte. All Moon breaks well. Here's Big Push going out toward the front. Citizen joins the front ranks at those long odds. Even Frisian Fire from the rail. Patina next in 5th as they turn. Dynamic Force, Uno Mas, Indigo Mountain trails. 9 lengths from leaders to last around the first turn. All Moon facing early pace pressure from Citizen. Frisian Fire is close up 3rd. Big Push 4th by 3. Patina is next. Dynamic Force comes up the near side. Uno Mas and Indigo Mountain running in 8th. They covered the first quarter in 24 seconds flat. Now 5 furlongs to go. Citizen has locked horns with All Moon. All Moon just the leader from Citizen. Just in back of them, Frisian Fire a close 3rd. Big Push is 4th. Patina being settled along 7 lengths off the pace now with a half mile to go. Indigo Mountain is moving. Indigo Mountain moving through toward the inside. Dynamic Force at the rail, and Uno Mas a wide last. Half mile in 48 and 3 going into the far turn. Julien Leparoux with All Moon the leader by a length. Citizen trying to stay. On the outside, Frisian Fire switched off the rails by Gabriel Saez as they come into the final quarter of a mile. Patina is 4th. Big Push ridden in 5th. Uno Mas a wide 6th. Indigo Mountain being driven as they turn for home. And Dynamic Force is the final one. Frisian Fire has swooped in front 3/4. 113 and 2. Furlong to go. Frisian Fire in front toward the rail. All Moon. Patina is 3rd and staying on. Uno Mas 4th. Then Citizen up toward the first wire. Frisian Fire holding sway. Frisian Fire in the LeCompte from Patina. All Moon 3rd. Uno Mas 4th. Well clear in 137 and 3.
The first race of the series that leads up to the Louisiana Derby, and presumably then from there on to the Kentucky Derby. And it was won by Frisian Fire by a length and a half over Patina, who made a very nice move from off the pace. All Moon, involved right from the start, sticks around for 3rd. Frisian Fire, you may remember, was 2nd last time out in a short field in an allowance race behind Uno Mas, who finished up the track 4th in this race. He was a little bit rank that afternoon when he was getting first-time blinkers, perhaps a little too keen that day, according to Larry Jones, but he relaxed beautifully here, sitting off the pace in a very nice spot just outside of rivals, was able to take command at about the top of the stretch, and Gabriel Saez rode him confidently through to the wire. Frisian Fire is a bay colt, a son of A.P. Indy from Bollinger by DeHare, bred in Kentucky by Grape Stock Limited and owned by Vinery Stable and Foxhail Farm. Trained by Larry Jones, who swept the 3-year-old division at the fairgrounds on Saturday. Gabriel Saez in the irons. Frisian Fire covers the mile in 137.67. We'll pause now for a brief message. When we return, we'll be heading out to the West Coast and stakes racing action at Santa Anita. Following that, back home to Aqueduct rather, to wrap up the weekend stakes program. Please stay with us. Welcome back to Horses and Courses. We'll continue now in Southern California, where on Saturday they ran the San Pasqual for older horses, grade 2 at 1 mile and a 16th.
And away they go. Cowboy Cal and Informed coming away well. On the outside, it's Ball 4 now sprinting away for the lead. Well On going to get a spot right behind the leading group. Just in between those two now comes Past the Point. Then we drop back to Magnum, who's taken to the back of the leading group. The pace very solid early on. Then we have a big gap of 5 lengths further back here to Racketeer, who's racing towards the rear now. Got to be giving them a good 11-length start. Inside of that comes Master Coley, Mort. Marchfield in there too. Onto the backstretch they go now, and it's Cowboy Cal down at the rail. Ball 4 keeping the pressure on. They set a good pace out here. They lead by 3.5. Past the Point is in third, and Well Armed is in the 4th position. Magnum is now 7 off the leaders. It's another 2 back to Informed, having to be pushed along to keep up. A big gap of 7 back to Racketeer. Then comes Marchfield and Master Coley, Mort. Strung out over a lot of ground, less than a half mile to run now, and Cowboy Cal kicks on for home. Ball 4 is second. Past the Point right there at the rail. Let's see, Well Armed in the 4th spot is 3.5 off the leaders. Magnum at the back of the leading group. Informed still being ridden along, has 6 to make up. Another gap of 7 to Racketeer. They're approaching the quarter pole, and it is still Cowboy Cal the leader, but they're coming fast now. On the outside, here's Informed. Made hard work of it, but Informed is getting rolling. Well Armed in the white cap. On the inside of those two is Past the Point. In behind them, Magnum. They come for home now, and it's Cowboy Cal, Informed in the orange on the outside. Informed up to get the lead. Cowboy Cal trying to battle back along the inside. These two gonna hit it together. Extremely close in the end. Cowboy Cal, Informed, Magnum, and Well Armed was 4th.
Cowboy Cal, one interesting factor about the synthetic surfaces out in California is that horses seem to go back and forth between turf and dirt. We'll see that again in the Sunday stake as well. Cowboy Cal, whose only other try on synthetic, had been a good second in the Bluegrass last year, most recently second in the Grade 1 Hollywood Derby. Goes to the front, never looks back, holds on by a game nose over Longshot Informed, who just about got there. He had won a Hollywood Park allowance race in his most recent start. Another Longshot Magnum coming back off of a long layoff, finishing in the 3rd spot. The winner, Cowboy Cal, a dark Bear Brown 4-year-old son of Giants Causeway from Texas Tammy by Seeking the Gold, bred in Kentucky by Stoner Side Stable, owned by Robert and Janice McNair. They, of course, the principals in Stoner Side. They did sell the Stoner Side operation pretty much lock, stock, and barrel last year to Darley. And they did retain this horse, and clearly it was well worth it as he scores in his first Grade 2 attempt of the new year. Cowboy Cal, owned, of course, by the McNairs, trained by Todd Pletcher, ridden to victory by John Velasquez, covers the mile in the 16th in 141.26. Next up, 3-year-old fillies in Sunday's stakes feature, the Santa Isabel.
And away they go. All came out smoothly. Hucker from along the inside, although they're all lining up on the lead here. Lady Lumberjack is up there with Century Park in the red cap. Willoway going to try to drop in behind them as Toro Bonito has no option but to go wide. Jamili, meanwhile, is down at the rail, 5 lengths off these leaders. Up alongside Dave's Revenge, and Crazy Trisha is last, 7 lengths covers them all. They run to the 3/4 pole, and Century Park goes on now, just at a steady pace, not crawling but not flying either. In the second spot we have Acting Lady right there at the rail, and Lady Lumberjack on the far side. Willoway is back in the 4th spot, followed by Toro Bonito. Hucker in the gold colours is only 4 lengths off this leader. Just in behind that comes Dave's Revenge. Amelia up alongside of that. Crazy Trisha is last, 8 lengths would cover them all. They run past the half-mile pole now. Out on the lead, we still have Century Park. Still not in any hurry out here. In the second spot is Lady Lumberjack. Down at the rail comes Acting Lady in 3rd. Toro Bonito back in 4th, and Hucker in the gold colours at the rail. 4 lengths off the leaders. Willoway between horses. On the far side, Dave's Revenge. Then it's Crazy Trisha and Jamili. They 6 lengths off the leader. Turn the pressure on now as they come to the top of the lane, and Century Park continues to lead, but only just. Lady Lumberjack has taken her on. Down at the rail, Acting Lady. Now her car looking for somewhere to run along the inside. On the extreme outside, Toro Bonito coming home gamely, as is Dave's Revenge. It's wide open. Homeward bound, and Century Park is tough, sticks her neck out and goes gamely for the lead. Willoway now coming with a late run. Century Park down at the rail. Hucker with a late run too. Century Park, Hucker. Century Park going to go on to win it. Century Park wins it stylishly, a length in the end to Hucker, Willoway and Lady Lumberjack.
Century Park, the longest shot on the board and the longest shot of the 3 Bob Baffert trainees in here, by far the best performer of them, as Century Park goes to the front and never looks back under an enterprising ride by Tyler Bays to score over the lukewarm choice at 3-1 Hucker, with Willoway completing the top 3. The winner, Century Park, broke her maiden 2 races back on the turf. Last time out was 9th in the Miesk on the grass as well. Here returns to the main track on the synthetic and scores, getting the stakes credential here in Grade 3 company. Century Park is a dark bay brown filly, a daughter of General Meeting from Ecclesiastes by St. Bellotto, bred in Florida by Don Disney and owned by the breeder. Trained by Bob Baffert and ridden to victory by Tyler Bays, Century Park covers the mile in a 16th and 143.32. Trio of races to bring to you from the Big A. We'll head back to Friday and the stakes feature on the Aqueduct card, the Plankton Stakes.
And they're off. Awesome Ashley stumbled just a bit at the start. There goes Devil House out for the early lead, and Miss Blue Tie-Dye towards the rail, and Miss Blue Tie-Dye a little tough to handle there as they move around the clubhouse turn. It's Devil House with the lead. Weathered has moved up on the outside in 2nd. Miss Blue Tie-Dye is racing in 3rd at the rail. I didn't mean to on the outside in 4th. Awesome Ashley is 5th, and it's a break of 4 lengths to Nijinsky Bullet in 6th. The opening quarter mile in 23 1/5 seconds. Up the back stretch with Devil House the leader by a length and a half. Weathered is racing in 2nd. It's another 2 lengths to Miss Blue Tie-Dye in 3rd. I didn't mean to alongside in 4th. Awesome Ashley is 5th, and now it's 8 lengths. Back to Nijinsky Bullet. The half mile, 45 4/5 seconds. A quick opening half for Devil House, but she's still in front here by a little more than a length. The odds-on favorite, Weathered, is in 2nd. Here comes Awesome Ashley now, making a move. Awesome Ashley in 3rd and moving up on the outside of Weathered. And Awesome Ashley going up now to challenge Devil House for the lead. Now 3 of them across the track. Awesome Ashley in between horses, Weathered. Devil House battles on at the rail. 3/4 went in 1:10 and 2. It's Awesome Ashley by a head. Devil House at the rail. Weathered is 3rd. They're inside the 8th pole, and Awesome Ashley is clear now. Awesome Ashley by 3 lengths. Devil House 2nd, Weathered in 3rd. It's Awesome Ashley, a 3.5 length winner. Devil House completes the exacta. Weathered was 3rd.
Fillies and mares in this one, and it was Awesome Ashley scoring the victory as the longest shot on the board, 11-1. Not something that Todd Pletcher is probably accustomed to being, but he was the long price in here, and Awesome Ashley sweeps by them all to win over Devil House, the early pace setter, with Weathered running in the 3rd spot. The winner, Awesome Ashley, is a Grey Roan mare, a daughter of Unbridled Song from Queen's Court Queen by Leafard. Bred in Kentucky by Alex G. Campbell, Thoroughbreds Limited and owned by Alex G. Campbell Jr., trained by Todd Pletcher and ridden to victory by Ramon Dominguez. Awesome Ashley covers the mile in 135.87. Next up, Saturday Stakes feature, 3-year-old fillies in the Busanda.
And they're off. Southern Charmer and Miss Dartmouth go out for the lead. Flashing is now moving up into third. Miss United Nations on the far outside in fourth. Several horses going wide into this clubhouse turn. Southern Charmer now gets over to the inside. Miss Dartmouth is on the outside. Flashing's in between horses. Miss United Nations is widest of all. And don't forget Gill is down at the rail racing in fifth. Fitch just right, next in sixth. Chocolate Pop in seventh. Our Christie is eighth. And Pumpkin Shell trails the field in ninth. The first quarter went in 23 and 3/5 seconds. Miss Dartmouth by a half length. Southern Charmer races in second. Flashing and Miss United Nations are right together third and fourth. Don't forget Gill advances from the rail from fifth. Then it's Fitz just right in sixth. Break of 3 lengths to Chocolate Pop, Our Christie, and Pumpkin Shell. Half mile, 47 and 4/5 seconds. Miss Dartmouth and Southern Charmer. There goes Southern Charmer now to take the lead. Miss Dartmouth back running in second. Flashing is third. Fitz just right on the move in fourth. Don't forget Phil is fifth. And then comes Chocolate Pop as the field comes for the top of the stretch with Southern Charmer in front. Fitz just right on the outside. Down at the rail is Don't Forget Gill. Here's Fitz just right to take the lead. Don't forget Gill on the inside. Pumpkin Shell, who was last, is making a rally and making a big rally to the front. Here's Pumpkin Shell taking the lead. Chocolate Pop on the outside. Don't forget Gill at the rail. Pumpkin Shell from last to first to win the Busanda. Chocolate Pop was second, then Don't Forget Gill, and Fitz just right.
Pumpkin Shell scoring an impressive victory, going away by a length of 12-1 over Chocolate Pop with Don't Forget Gill, who I think ran a huge race. She made a huge middle move, only to be shut off when favored Flashing under Ramon Dominguez. Wouldn't say took away her position, but Ramon Dominguez certainly did a nice piece of race riding to prevent her from gaining any further ground as they were heading up the backstretch. Flashing, unfortunately, backed right out of it as the favorite, just under 2-1. But Don't Forget Gill ran, I thought, a very enterprising effort in here. The winner, however, Pumpkin Shell, was far better than she. She had broken her maiden last time out right here on the Aqueduct Inner at 1 1/16. She had faced very nice 2-year-old fillies, both turf and dirt, throughout the earlier portion of her career. Finally broke through and now does appear to be heading in the right direction for her connections. Pumpkin Shell is a chestnut 3-year-old daughter of Lionheart from Changing Ways by Time for a Change. Bred in Kentucky by December Hill Incorporated, owned by December Hill Farm and trained by David Donk. Ridden to victory by Chucky Lopez. Pumpkin Shell covers the mile in 70 and 142.30. Next up, New York Breds in the Sunday Stakes feature, the Soft Morning.
And they're off. And it was a good start for all. There's Silver Cup Baby, and there's Shireen on the inside. Shireen puts ahead in front of Silver Cup Baby. By the Light is a close-up third with Megadeed racing in between horses, and Cammie's Choices down at the rail. Let's Fly Away on the far outside and a 6-length break back to Lauren Tide Ice, who trails the field in seventh. The first quarter was run in 22 and 2/5 seconds. Shireen leads by a length. Silver Cup Baby, By the Light, Cammie's Choice, all heads apart, and Megadeed is right there. Break of 2 to Let's Fly Away. And farther back, it's Lauren Tide Ice as the field comes for the top of the stretch. Shireen on the inside. On the outside, it's By the Light, Silver Cup Baby, Cammie's Choice looking to rally at the rail. Megadeed in with a chance. Let's Fly Away on the far outside, but By the Light has kicked clear here. By the Light by 3 lengths. Cammie's Choice now moves into second. Megadeed is third. It's By the Light with the lead, then Cammie's Choice and Megadeed. By the Light, a 1-length winner. Cammie's Choice second. Megadeed was third.
By the Light rebounding with a very nice effort here as the favorite by a length over Cammie's Choice, who was coming in off of two very strong performances, first and second back off the layoff at Philadelphia Park. Megadeed completes the order of the top three. The winner By the Light, a bay daughter of Malibu Moon from Dixie Tempo by Major Impact, was bred in New York by Paul Rothfuss and is owned by the JMS stable, trained by Richard Dutrow Jr. and ridden to victory by Richie Migliori. By the Light covers the 6 furlongs in 110.35. That'll wrap up this edition of Horses and Courses. Thank you for joining us. We hope you'll be able to join us again next week as we take a look at stakes racing action from around the country. Until then, I'm Jean Wood. Have a great week at the races.